Howdy, 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 Back Row Ministry, the world premiere coming at you live and direct. So, been following this Who's the Mass Whistleblower case. That's what I'm going to call it. Who's the Mass Whistleblower. Going over some of the numbers today, looking at some different vibrations. So, one thing I do is I see what numbers vibrate off of another number, usually in the form of a person. If you got a person and a situation, certain numbers vibrate. It's good for sports that the day, the date numerology might vibrate with that team for the day. That team might have certain numbers that vibrate with the numbers in the date numerology. A lot of times you'll find that, or uh, a number might be caught up in a team that relates to something that's going to happen with a person. So basically, like yesterday with Mike Tomlin got his 126th win yesterday. The Steelers got their 17th all-time win on Monday Night Football. 69 was, I think 69 was a date numerology yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And there was a lot of vibration. And 69 is 17. 69 pretty much is 17. It breaks down to 17. I think just like the 17th, it's the 17th prime, I want to say. Don't want to speak out of turn. Yeah, but it was a lot of vibration in that game with 17. Forgot what number it was, but vibrated with 17. But at 126, he was at 125. He got 126 by beating the Bengals. Bengals equal 126. So that's how I pretty much came up with my decision. I went both ways, not too sure because of this celebrations, but I stuck with the Steelers still because of that little piece right there. So a lot of times you'll find these numbers vibrate with other numbers around special events. So right now we're in this whistleblowing situation. Didn't mean to get off our subject, but we're on this whistleblowing situation. And we see the numbers we have: 171, 63, 72, just to name a few of the numbers that are a part of. And of course, 74 is always going to be a part of any scandalous thing like a whistleblowing case. So I want to narrow it down to three people who I think might be the whistleblower. So I started with Mike Pence to see what numbers in Pence's name I'm vibrating. You see Pence is 17, strangely enough. So I started with Pence. Pence also vibrates with that 25. We're in a time of impeachment. So I told you right when we got deep into the last days of Trump, which we've been in for a long time. So what do I mean by the last days of Trump? This is what people don't understand. They thought early on that we kind of counting down when Trump's presidency would come to an end. But it's not only his presidency; it's also his reputation. A lot of stuff is going to be he's really going to be sacrificed during this period. And you see it comes right around the holiday period where they really kick up the steam in the last days of Trump. And then look at all the people that have went running for cover and already left office right before the war comes. And this is the strategy, is get the hell out of Dodge before the war starts. And we're seeing that strategy now. Trump is going to be one of the next people to get the hell out of Dodge before this war comes. So watch for Pence to have a big role moving forward. So Pence was on one person I put in. I put Jared Kushner in. Put Jared Kushner in. No vibrations that Kushner had on the right that were obvious vibrations, but there are some vibrations. And I put Ivanka in. So why would I put Ivanka into this mix of who is the whistleblower? So we have to go to the Simpsons episode where Ivanka Trump is the president. Remember, now going back into the Simpsons episode, you see an episode where Ivanka is the president. I think it goes Trump, Hillary, and then somewhere inside that Ivanka becomes the president. So that's something that was foreshadowed in The Simpsons. A lot of things foreshadowed in The Simpsons have came true. Donald Trump is your president. Go back to The Simpsons episode where Trump was the president, and you see how they do things. So it makes sense to bring Ivanka into this mix because they've always had Ivanka kind of playing both sides of the fence. Good, she's a good girl, but she's Trump's daughter. Then she'll do some Trump daughter stuff, and then she'll go back to being a good girl. So, of course, to make her look good, have her turn on her father. have her turn on her father. She turns on her father as our final sign of, okay, I'm here for the people. You know, gets her popularity up, and everybody loves Ivanka on one side, but everybody hates Ivanka on the other side. And we'll start a family civil war. And the civil war, pretty much this civil war theme begins. You know, the family broke apart, pretty much America, as we move into the next phase of warfare. So the first thing I look for is vibrations. We look for number vibrations. So we get start off with Ivanka. We're looking for a certain number. So Ivanka equals 5822. 22, of course, the master building number, 49. 481, 58. A lot of 41s in Ivanka's name. A lot of 41s, or the 13 prime number. So a lot of 13 with Ivanka. So we look through, look through each. We're gonna go to whistleblower. I'm gonna take whistleblower. All right, so whistleblower get 171. We get nothing there. No problem. Well, whistleblower is 18. 171 is 18 prime number. So, of course, we go looking for 18. We're not going to find any 18 in anyone's name. One standout thing we do have is the 74. So we have 74 in Ivanka's name. And whistleblower, if you go through whistleblower also equals 74. So that's the first relationship tie we find is Ivanka 74, whistleblower 74. Okay, but nothing more on surface. And we look for a lot of surface things. Okay. We got some 72, some 63. And like I said, with the calendar, you can just play around with numbers, but try to find certain vibrations. A lot of things are hidden in what we call prime numbers. So a lot of prime numbers, a lot of triangle numbers, a lot of Fibonacci numbers, hide numbers for these people effectively. So they have mastered the ability to hide numbers behind numbers. That's just what they do. That's a 360. 635 is nothing. Then we get to our Kabbalah numbers. These are the numbers I really look at. Look at our Kabbalah numbers, our Jewish ordinal and Jewish gematria numbers, because those were a lot of things are hidden, because unfortunately these are these people's agenda. And the first number we see, of course, is 179. 179, you can look this up as the 41st prime number. 179 is the 41st prime number. So if we look for 41 in all three of our individuals, the individual you see laced the most with this 13 or 41, 41 is the 13th prime number. Remember, 41 is the 13th prime number. So 179 in Kabbalah is 41. 41 is the 13th prime number. Who has the most 41 in their name? Ivanka Trump. Ivanka Trump has the most 41 in their name. So Ivanka already has 41 in her name, and 74, the number of foundation. So that should be, she got 13 and 74 in her name. Those two things are already in Ivanka's name. 13, and then this tie with 74. So those are things that are quite suspicious to me of having those numbers in her name connecting to whistleblower. 74 and 41, which is 13 prime number, and 179 in Kabbalah is 41 or 13. So those are things that you look for when you look for vibration. So I went through everybody's name, and of course the only person I found with the whistleblower tie was Ivanka. Now, is that to say she is? No, this is just speculation. But, you know, it's also 72. Ivanka is 27. 27 is just a reflection of a number. So 27 is the reflection of 72. 27 is 72. And we put in number properties for 27. Now, we don't get anything, but 27 and 72 are the same damn number. And whistleblower is laced for 72. So I discounted and removed Kushner. I removed Pence. I got down to 3 people. You guys can add some other individuals you like to. Play with the gematria calculator, see what you get. But I don't think they're just going to bring people just off the woodwork for this case right here. I think it's going to be a set individual, and I'm really looking at Ivanka Trump to be the whistleblower and to flip the script on her father and really open up this script a little bit more, where she turns on her father. He gets put out of office, which we've been talking about, and then Pence is put in place to start the first phase of the war, or the second phase of this world war, which is physical war. But this has nothing to do with anything based upon that. It's a much deeper agenda, and we have to be prepared for the much deeper agenda. Mr. Mockley, piece of heck grease, get on your gematria calculator, learn the vibrational numbers, learn how they hide numbers, because they hide numbers on purpose. They know how to read it. We just don't know how to read it. So you have to know how to read it. Peace.